Hi everyone, I'm Andrew, an intern at Timescale, and I'm here to take you through a quick demo of our CLI tool for tobs, the observability stack for Kubernetes. Tobs aims to provide a long-term store for Prometheus metrics while also allowing complex SQL queries and data visualization. The combined power of Promscale and SQL enables developers to ask any question, create any dashboard, and achieve greater visibility into their systems. First, we need to install the CLI. We will curl and then run a bash script, which will do most of the installation for us. After it finishes, we simply need to follow the instructions it prints to complete the installation by copying the binary into our path. Now let's try it out on a Minikube cluster I've set up. To install tobs, we run tobs install to install and automatically configure the observability stack, which includes Prometheus to collect metrics, Grafana to visualize them, and Promscale for storage and SQL analytics. After it's done installing, it prints a set of notes, which outline the usage of each of the components. Note that the video here is sped up, and it will take a bit of time for all of the components to start up. After the installation is complete, you will have all the components necessary to monitor your entire Kubernetes cluster setup, and the system will use auto-discovery to find and collect all of the Prometheus metrics exposed in your Kubernetes cluster. Now let's say you want to go to Grafana to see some visualizations of your data. A default admin password is provided, which we can retrieve with tobs Grafana get password. Let's change it to something easier to memorize with tobs Grafana change password. And if we happen to forget it later on, we can simply retrieve the updated password with another get password. Now let's port forward the Grafana server to localhost and take a look. From here, we can see all of our data in graphical form. For example, here we can see graphs such as container CPU usage or pod memory usage over time across your entire Kubernetes cluster. We've included two prepackaged dashboards, Kubernetes Cluster Monitoring and Kubernetes Hardware Monitoring, but you can add your own custom dashboards with queries in SQL or Promscale as well. Now, what if you want to take a look at the raw data? Well, you can connect to the Timescale database with the tobs TimescaleDB connect command, where you can interact with the data using SQL. Promscale also natively supports using Promscale, which is actually what powers the native Grafana dashboard shown earlier. We can also change the settings of the database. For example, we can check the data retention period for the metric node load 5 with tobs metrics retention get node load 5. We see that the current value is 90 days, but maybe we want to change it to 30 days instead. We simply set instead of get, providing the desired time period in days. And if we check again, we see that the retention period has indeed been set to 30 days. In a similar vein, we can also reset the retention period back to the default value, or even set the default retention period. This demo is just an overview of the basics of tobs and how you can get started with it. I invite you to visit the tobs GitHub repository linked below to try it out for yourself.